Ladies and gentlemen, we are tracking Category 3 strength Hurricane Hilary as it barrels towards Southern California, about to bring major impacts to surrounding areas such as Arizona, Nevada, and northern states as it pushes a moisture water vapor plume ahead of it. Honestly, I hope this storm busts, gets knocked down to a nothing burger, and a few days from now, people come back to my channel and are like, you made a big deal out of nothing. But right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. You have the red and the dangerous pink purple for possible super major rainfall. I would guess anywhere from 10 to 20 inches in some spots. Oh, yeah, there is a lot happening right now, not just in the United States, but across the world. Super horrible fires rage out of control, forcing thousands more to evacuate in Canada and in Spain's Canary Islands. And yes, it feels biblical, but technically everything that's happened since they printed the Bible has been biblical. This is smoke in Canada. This is a helicopter flying on Mars, and Mars is so boring. Look at that, dude. It's just like a desert planet. Who would want to go there? And it's always so interesting to see how much a hurricane or tropical storm can and will change in its track upon lead up and landfall. Right now, I think it's shifted a little more to the east, which is better for San Diego and Los Angeles. But there's still a lot that can happen in the next 36 hours before this thing makes landfall. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of shit to track overall. The things that I am concerned about outside of this weekend's hurricane is going to be, this one comes around the 23rd, I believe, and it's supposed to hit as about tropical storm strength, maybe depression strength, but the Gulf is a magnifier of cyclonic systems, in my opinion. So this one will have to be watched the entire way. And don't be surprised if this thing spins up into a hurricane. And then they have not put one here yet for the one we've been watching for the 29th. Some models show it going boom. Some models show it going boom. And then some models show it just going wee. And so which one will that be? We don't know. And then the Euro and the CMC have this one kind of forming and doing something. So there's a lot to watch. Let's hope and pray all these mofos go out to sea. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I definitely think this one is going to be a problem. Or, bring rain, which Texas needs, because look at how pronounced this giant circle oval is. That is nutsola. That is wild. But definitely an interesting weekend ahead, as some projections have this making landfall later towards the end of Sunday night or possibly into Monday. This latest QPF prediction has it pretty much going straight into Los Angeles and San Diego. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but this is what it says. But if you notice, the heavy green is heavy rain. And so there's just a lot of water, plume, moisture, vapor being pushed ahead of it. Or as the content weather guy says, an absurdly well-maintained plume of moisture heading towards north into western Mexico and southwestern U.S. Yeah, dude. So even when it gets knocked down to a tropical storm and then possibly depression, it's still going to bring a whole lot of rain. And then we're looking at wind effects upstream that are going to exacerbate wildfire conditions. There is a whole lot happening. Look at this map. All right. Thanks for looking. And now the spaghetti models are starting to actually look like spaghetti. That's interesting, right? Strange days indeed, my friends. But look at this. So there's a storm, and the whole thing is a storm, but look how big it is. And track the lightning. You're already getting a lot of lightning in Arizona and SoCal. So, yep, this is an interesting event. Wow, you can see smoke down here. And here I am, trying to keep it fancy, fresh, and interesting for you. Here, Moonbabe is like astrologers after telling average population to not worry about Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto going retrograde because the last half of the year, every year. But notice she didn't mention Venus. Right now, Venus is retrograde. And in 4 days, 100 hours, Jupiter will be going, Mercury will be going retrograde. So you'll have Venus and Mercury retrograde together for about 2 weeks. It's going to be crazy. You know, some people think the world's ending, and a lot of the content creators on Twitter will be complaining about everything under the sun. For your amusement, I haven't been to a sports game in a while, but I think next year I'm going to try to go see the Angels versus the Rangers or the Astros just so I can see Shohei Ohtani play. He's a badass dude. Alex Jones swears to God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit that lockdowns are coming in December or he will cut his testicles off. Wow. That's quite a gambit. Lockdowns aren't coming, man. You know, let's say it again. There won't be lockdowns this year. Berlin, Connecticut was flooded yesterday morning. Whoomp. There it is. All right, let's nerd it up. Matthew Capucci, who sounds like a cross between a coffee and a gangster. How far north does a storm have to get before it becomes post-tropical cyclone? Great question, Dickweed. It's not a latitude thing. It's a structure thing. A storm is post-tropical when it begins feeding off jet stream energy clashing air masses more than warm waters. When it develops fronts, and or loses symmetry. All right, thanks, Matt. X now comes in 2 flavors, Elon or Alex Jones. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I got good seats and saw the Smashing Pumpkins on Tuesday, and they were utterly amazing. Now I'm thinking about getting bad seats and seeing Metallica on Sunday. Yeah, rock and roll. You got a crazy Arctic storm happening up in the Arctic. Interesting factoid. A year first for Los Angeles County. Back in 2023, LA County had their first ever blizzard warning, and now they're facing their first ever tropical storm warning. And I would guess in the next week, they could see a 4.5 or bigger earthquake happen somewhere in California. Because shit's weird. But yeah, get ready for desert tornadoes. Yeah, so this will be the next one we'll be tracking. And then the one after that's the one that comes out of the Gulf of Mexico. Out of down lower and then comes up here. There's a lot going on. Bam, weather. And to anyone who is struggling, I'm sending good energy your way. And may you see some better days. My only real life complaint right now is I'm way too fat. I'm way too fat, Thor. But that ain't that bad, man. I'm jolly and can still enjoy life, and food is damn good. Plus, it keeps the women away, which prevents me from ever having a broken heart. So, I guess it's all a matter of perspective. Man, I bet you get in extra trouble if you use the F word on the arc. Man, the internet, warning, this might be TMI time. This is only for adults. You shouldn't be an adult on this channel. That's from Fight Club. Everybody's talking about body count now. Not everybody, but some people. So what's your body count? And if you can see, I clicked here because mine is 17. The last one was in 2017. Anyway. Yeah, so go ahead and put your body count in the comment section if you made it this far. Yeah, so you got Russia and India racing to the South Pole, which is super fascinating. Nobody's really talking about. Sidebar, if you made it this far, You know what's dumb? Because a lot of people talking about direct energy weapons and lasers starting fires and stuff. What I always think is dumb is that the same people who say that shit are always like, America did it. Like, man, we're kind of at war with China. We're kind of at war with Russia. Saudi Arabia really doesn't like us. So for always to blame America for everything that fucking happens, that's just dumb, in my opinion. Okay, thanks. Crazy times, man. Anywho, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll probably talk to you in the near future, because it's what I do. All right, stay cool. God bless everyone. All right. Yeah, sure. I guess life is safer and simpler and safer now that women aren't attracted to me anymore. Yay. I'm crying on the inside.